How's it going, everybody? My name's Chris Tendo. Welcome back to another episode of Super Mario RPG. Last time, after our harrowing adventure down the Midas River and Karo sewers, we made our way to the fabled Tadpole Pond. There, we met Mallow's grandfather, the Frog Sage, who actually has a little information I want to go over this episode. I completely forgot to talk about it. But he informed us more about what is going on with this mystical Smithy gang and Clay Morton and everything that we had to do there, along with the importance of collecting those star pieces. But he didn't have a lot of information to go off of. Just some of the basics of they're important, they grant wishes, and without them, wishes can't be granted. So, we need to go save them. The first thing he told us to do is to head down to Rosetown, which we can see is just south of where we currently are. But to get there, we need to go through Rose Way. I say today that we do that. Now, in terms of interesting places, Rose Way might be hands down the most forgettable route in the entire game. Nothing happens here. The only, cool new thing are these blocks, which, get up your little mushroom right there. Again, nothing else aside from these and some new enemies, which, speaking of which, oh, 2 new enemies. The first enemy that we're gonna talk about is going to be the Star Slap there on the right. They're fairly tanky enemies, but not really too scary. They're more annoying than anything. They have a weakness to fire and lightning, so they're easy to take out, but they have the very annoying recover spell. We're going to be seeing this spell on some very annoying foes going forward, but these guys, that's kind of their bread and butter to try to heal off as much damage as possible and be an utter nuisance. Next up, we have the Shy Guy. Also fairly defensive, and they like to use a lot of debilitating status effects. Oddly enough, they have 20 magic attack and absolutely no way to use it whatsoever. I don't know why they keep giving weird choices of resistances to sleep when you don't even have sleep, or a high magic stat when they don't have a single spell to use, but whatever. It's wasted stat points, so I'm not gonna complain about it. First thing we're gonna wanna do is probably take out the Star Slap, but we need our Thought Peak first. Okay, so the first of the couple status effects that the Shy Guys have is, as we saw there, Doom Reverb. It's unblockable and inflicts mute. They also have Lullaby. No prize for guessing what this does, it inflicts sleep. Also unblockable. A lot of the status effects in the game, if they aren't an attack, they are most likely going to be completely unblockable. And even then, if you block the attack perfectly and it has a status effect attached to it, you're probably still susceptible to the status effect. Okay, let's take out you. And get the Thought Peak off on the Shy Guy, do our basic routine here. Oh wow, we actually got to see all the attacks of the Shy Guy in this battle. And that does remind me, now that we're out of the Karo sewers, we could probably swap around our equipment a little bit better. Okay, there goes him. The Shy Guy, unfortunately, not having any weaknesses kind of sucks, but they do have a critically low magic attack, so use really any spell that you want to take him down fast. This is also the first battle where we get to see Mallow's new Froggy Stick weapon. It's just a small boost to his attack, nothing really too crazy. It's wild to me, though, that, I get he's the basic mage, but his first weapon was technically something that you can easily miss if you forget to go back to the shop to get the cricket pie for Frog Sage. It's really strange. You figure they would have given him something ASAP to make up for his middling attack stat. Ooh, level up as well. Mallow hit level 6. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, +3 attack, nice. Okay, back to the very boring route. As we can see here, these blocks just move back and forth. I think we want to go one more. Yes, to hop over here. But if we stay on it longer, we can get ourselves another free flower. So these big coins that we're gonna be seeing here, if it is in your best interest to stay on these blocks as long as you can, because those are worth 10 coins a piece. You're really gonna wanna go for those. But for starters, we're gonna check this left route and see what there is to do this way, and... Okay, sorry guys, I didn't mean to interrupt whatever the heck this is. First date, sure. We're gonna wanna attack the Shy Guy, because even though we attacked him first, we're gonna see 2 new enemies here. First, we'll get rid of the Shy Guy just so he's completely out of the way. Okay, now which one of you two do I... The Arachne! The Arachnes are pretty physically leaning with the ability to inflict poison with their move Venom Drool. Really not too interesting, but they do have a 0 in their magic defense stat, so much like the Shy Guy, critical magic weakness there. They do have an extra special weakness in ice damage, so with 0 magic defense and ice attacks, they go down in 1 hit. Guaranteed, no matter how high a level they are compared to you. There is something else about these guys I want to mention, and it has to do with their name. Their name is possibly based on a Greek myth, where a woman named Arachne, wonderful name I know, boasted about her weaving ability and challenged a god. She was then turned into a spider after losing the battle due to her hubris in her weaving abilities. This may be where the term arachnid comes from, due to the similarities between weaving threads and yarns and, well, obviously spider silk. Very cool, I guess? But it does nothing for my arachnophobia, so we're gonna get rid of this guy ASAP. Mario, jump on Debug. And are we gonna be able to see that other enemy? Not the one that I wanted, but you are still a new enemy nonetheless. This is the Snapdragon. All around pretty neutral in how their stats are spread out, not really specializing in much. Their highest stat, however, is magic. And just like the Shy Guys, they don't have a single way to use that stat. I don't know why they keep doing that. They really only have one annoyance, and it's their move, or special attack, I should say, Pollen Nap, which is, again, unblockable and inflicts sleep. Really boring enemy. I wish they would have given her maybe, like, some kind of special attack to make her stand out a little more and actually use that stat. Maybe give her the first instance of, like, an all-encompassing status move that does damage or something like that, because she's a plant, and trying to think Pokemon here, I don't know. While the name Snapdragon might make you think of a very sassy mythical reptile, it is actually closely related to the real-world plant named Snapdragon. Even though this thing kind of resembles more of like a tulip, daisy sort of a thing, this is what the Snapdragon looks like. Very different, I will say. Okay, like usual, we're gonna take these guys out and get the Thought Peak. Now, I'm unfortunate that this guy is a special enemy type, because that means it's gonna be even harder to take out. But we can see there, and as you saw in the bio, weakness to fire, so at least we got Mario on the field to take care of this a little quicker. Okay, never mind. Looks like Mario's gonna stick to his basic attacks. Okay, we'll do this, and then we'll switch over to Mallow's Thunderbolt to try to take out both the Shy Guys in one turn. There we go. We'll save some FP. Okay, well, since we can only have one status effect on us at a time, and that got rid of Mario's mute, and then immediately woke us up, that was probably the best course of action. Okay, let's do this. 79. Those special enemy version defenses are really coming in clutch there. Almost down, so we'll save the FP, and there we go. Jump right here and get ourselves a free frog coin, and that's all that this little route has for us. Now, remember when I said that this place was pretty boring? That's the only offshoot there is. Everything else is just walk to the exit. Okay, so that leads us this way. We're gonna probably wanna stay on this one more time, and yes. Now, as I said, those are worth 10 coins, so we're gonna... Huh, there we go. Now, don't worry, you can't fall off the... Well, obviously when it stops, and when it's blue, you can't fall off of it. No, I didn't want to go back. I want to go back. I want off this crazy thing. That gave me like 1 second to hop off of it. That felt a little cheap. And okay, go. Okay, there's only one more enemy that we need to talk to, and it's this guy right here that was a little shy last time we saw him. Please don't run away. Mother! Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm going over the bio. God damn it. Okay. So, that guy was the Crook. He, as you can see, has the spell Escape, which means that there's a high chance that on any turn, he will use it and run away. Crooks are commonly a rogue type class, or based off of the rogue type class, I should say. They hit hard, very, very fast, and are pretty based around the idea of fleeing. While they don't have anything that they can do to steal from you in this game, like the typical rogue type would, they do have the move Knife Toss, which can be pretty hard hitting, I will say. I'm just in such disbelief that they both ran away at the same time. Good lord. Okay. That is literally it. That is all that this route, or not, we're not playing Pokemon, all that this area has to offer. I don't know what else to talk about, so I figured that this is the perfect time where I want to bring something up. There is something that I could have talked about around the time that we were in the Kero sewers. I didn't talk about it because, as you know, that was like the 80th time I tried recording that session, and if you remember going back to that episode, it was blabbermouth central, just non-stop information I was getting through in a very short amount of time. So, this is the perfect time to go over another little interesting fact about the Mario RPG series, a book that was written years later that takes place in the world of Mario RPG. I will just say right now, kind of peek behind the curtain, this is the first time that I'm doing post-commentary during a recording. So if it sounds a little awkward or choppy, I apologize for that. This is the first time I'm trying this, but I will let past me do the talking. In January of 2006, nearly a decade after the game's initial release, Scholastic published a book titled Mario and the Incredible Rescue. This book is a rare instance where characters and places from Super Mario RPG are referenced outside of the original material. It's a basic Mario plot wrapped up into a fun 10-chapter children's book, but I wanted to make note of it because it has a lot of references to the game and I wanted to mention them whenever they popped up. Technically, I could have first mentioned this in the Kero sewers, but that was already a pretty filled episode as is, so I figured I'd wait till the next time where we had some free time, which is Rose Way. Without further ado, let's do a little bit of a chapter summary up to the point that we've gotten to in the game so far. In Chapter 1, we see Toad rushing in to tell Mario and Luigi the princess was captured by some scary ghosts and not Bowser this time. The two then ready themselves and set off for another adventure. That's Chapter 1, pretty basic. Chapter 2 sees our heroes encountering a pipe that leads to the Kero sewers. This is where I could have talked about it at the time, but like I said, we were a little busy that episode. The pipe in question is guarded by 3 Goombas, which get promptly defeated. After entering the pipe and finding a fork in the path, they notice Goombas pouring in from all sides like rushing water, pushing them further into the sewers until they hit a brick wall at the end. Breaking through the wall to escape, our heroes look back to see if the Goombas are still chasing them, only to find the brick wall magically vanished. Scared and confused, our heroes notice a cabin, which is home to a woman called Sybil the Sorceress, an original character not originally found in Mario RPG. In exchange for a coin Luigi found in the sewers, she helps them by informing them that Bowser stole her spellbook and is using it to summon his new ghost army. She then tells them that you must collect the 6 special mushrooms throughout the kingdom and then recite a magical spell that will send all the ghosts back to their realm. With this information in hand, along with a few other helpful items, our heroes set off deeper into the sewers with a new goal in mind. Chapter 3 involves our group deciphering a phrase they were given by Sybil. It reads, Srewes Orak. And another note that reads, go backwards for the answer. After following the message and navigating the maze of pipes that make up the Kero sewers, our heroes find the first special mushroom. They collect the mushroom and exit the sewers, opening to Tadpole Pond. No Midas River course in sight. This is a heavily abridged plot of the first 3 chapters of this book. But I find it wild that one of the more obscure Mario games from a decade prior is being used as the main setting of a children's book. Most kids by that time would know Mario more for Sunshine or Luigi's Mansion, or really any of the mainline titles. Not Mario RPG. RPGs weren't really big in the West until Final Fantasy VII came around, but even then, you would think RPGs released after that would be what people are going to know about. We will go over more chapters of this book when they become relevant with the game's story so as to not spoil anything coming up. We'll probably be going over another chapter in that section very, very shortly here, but I didn't know all that. The book, I haven't looked online to see if it's like rare or not, but I'm honestly contemplating on like going on eBay and see if I can get a copy just to dedicate to this playthrough. Kind of like how this is just a little, I'll keep this battle in. This is a little like thing I've been wanting to try with this series, but, or I guess after this series, but every game I do a Let's Play of, I want to see if I can get the official strategy guide for it, just to put like sort of as the my YouTube career goes throughout the years, I can kind of have a shelf of nothing but the strategy guides in order of the games that I played, just to look back and be like, wow, I have like a physical version of, everything I've ever done. Let's try these guys. There we go. Yeah, we're still only getting 1 to 2 experience points per enemy, so we're really at a point right now where, yeah, we're over leveled for the area that we're in. They definitely don't expect you to like fight every enemy the way that I do. Ooh, free recovery there. Dang it. I just can't catch a break with these guys. Even if I wanted to fight them, they just won't stand still. Okay, that's coins there. Don't want that. Coins there. I know I could go for these, but I also don't want to fight these guys. I'm already high level, so whatever. Oh. Is there a meeting in the woods up ahead? What on earth is this? Okay, Bowser's practicing his dance moves. All right, people, form ranks. Jagger, head of the Shelled Warriors. That's me, boss. Wizakoopa, master of the Hooded Sorcerers.
Yeah, that's me, boss.
And last but not least, Goomhild, Grand Dame of the Groundling Goombas. Yo. This is our finest moment. Bowser's minions are invincible. We shall be victorious. The bridge is down, but we'll find a way to get back in. Move out on the double. Bowser and his minions must be on their way back to Bowser's Keep. Come on, Rose Town is just up ahead. And while Rose Town is just up ahead, there's one little piece of information I want to go over here. So, we heard there Bowser call out the names of his troops. The troops' leaders were Goomhild, Wizakoopa, and Jagger. All three of these characters will be making small little appearances as the game goes on. In the original game, however, only one of these characters was actually given a name. Goomhild and Wizakoopa were given names in the remake. So it's just a little piece of information that I find interesting, where they actually went a little out of their way to completely give character to other enemies that were just basic enemies in the original. Now, why did Jagger get a name? Well, that's gonna be a little secret for later now, isn't it? Now, we could go to Roseway, but we're gonna take a small detour to Tadpole Pond. I know, breaking the immersion a little bit by just going right back to the place that we came from, but this is just something I forgot to mention in the last episode that I wanted to go over, involving this old frog. So, in this game, my friend is online. In this game, he's called Frog Sage. In the original, if you take a look at his design, this will make a lot more sense. His name was Frogfucius. Now, I'm not gonna go all ancient history on you, but it's pretty obvious that he's a wise old frog, and his name is based off of the old, I believe it was Chinese philosopher, Confucius. I don't know really anything about them. I think I was gonna say, I think he wrote The Art of War, that was Sun Tzu. But, I mean, yeah, you get the vibe they're going for. Frogfucius, Confucius, and he's this old wise sage. The hat might be a little racially insensitive looking back on it now, but I mean, just a little thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, I will see you all at Rosetown. Ah, Rosetown, what a delightful, oh my god! Yeah, upon entering Rosetown, we'll see arrows falling from the sky, paralyzing, not killing, thank god, the inhabitants. See, arrows come flying out from the forest, and when you're hit, you can't move. See, look! I can't move a muscle. Now I know how a scarecrow feels. Buddy, you don't know how a scarecrow feels. I know how a scarecrow feels. So, yeah, right off the bat, immediately a bit of a dark presence to Rosetown, not gonna lie. There's a bit of a joke here if you look at the inhabitants. They're toads, but they look a little different than the toads that we're used to, don't they? Anybody else find it ironic that the toads of a town getting shot by arrows have hats or caps or whatever those are that look like bullseyes? Just me? Interesting. So we're in a new town, so that means we're gonna go around and explore and see what there is. My husband still hasn't come back. I wonder what's keeping him. Target practice, probably. Okay, what's over here? We got a shop. Oh, and 2 people in the shop. Mario, good to have a customer at last. What do you need? So, like I said before, we're gonna be going over anything new, but where is my... Oh, wow, wait, never mind. I can't believe I forgot. Last episode, I already went over the whole selling of the, what is it? Pure water, that's what it was. But purchase, okay, you're a basic item vendor. You know what? Because of the whole instance of Bellome inflicting a status effect, and I was all of a sudden like, crap, now I'm asleep, we're gonna buy a couple cleansing juice. We're gonna buy 5. I know I talked crap about them before, but I mean, I guess I was wrong. Okay, now here we're gonna, again, just check, is there anything I wanna sell? No. Okay, so a couple new things here. So the first and foremost are going to be the thick shirt. And sure, we'll equip it. And then the thick pants. I'm glad that they added an option for you to be able to equip something like right in the menu after purchasing. It's very handy. We already went over the jump shoes, the antidote pin, the wake up pin, the true form pin. Okay, no, I was thinking to myself, like, did we go over the fearless pin? We did not. So the Fearless pin, as it's pretty evident, prevents fear status. We're, oh my god, it's 130. We're gonna hold off on buying one. Just because I don't know if the game gives us one off the top of my head. Regardless, here is all the bios for all the new items that we got. The thick shirt. And then the thick pants. And then even though we didn't pick one up, the Fearless pin. Prevents fear. Pretty obvious. Now, I don't know why the Wake Up pin, at least let me double check that it was the Wake Up pin. If I can pick my menu properly. Oh yeah, we're also going to do this. We're gonna give jump shoes to yeah, jump shoes, and then we're gonna give Mallow the signal ring just for now. And we can see it already went off. Yes, what I was getting at was, I don't know why the Wake Up pin is the only one that, of that group, between Antidote, Fearless, and Wake Up, why it's also mute. Why couldn't there have been one that's like the noisy pin or something like that, that prevents you from mute? I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. Okay, so, oh, I thought it was a little over to the right, okay. Well, there's one of our boxes. There's actually two in this town. In the shop above the bookshelf behind the shopkeeper. Now, to get that other box that's not hidden, we're actually gonna have to go into the chimney and enter it like a pipe. Doing that will get us a free flower. Okay, what else is there to do in town? Oh, there's a pathway that doesn't lead anywhere. Interesting. Does anybody say anything interesting here? Oh, this is not good. Now I can't go into the forest to chop up any wood. I can't move. That's just scary. Okay, we haven't gone in this house just yet. Hello, old man. I tell you, it's scary out here. It's scary out here, but someone's got to pump the water. You have a veteran's heart, my friend. Okay. We're told not to go outside because it's too dangerous. Grandpa's pumping some water for us. I wish I could help too. I'm worried about my grandson. He went out to play but didn't come back when he should have. All right, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, you're about to get some extra Christmas presents. I am so sorry. Okay, so not much else to do in this town. I know that there's one more hidden box somewhere. Any other things I'm missing? This is plot stuff. We don't want to go there just yet. And up here, yes, you know what? We'll do this now. So you see these two boxes here. Don't hit those just yet. This whole area we're actually going to come back to after the next area. But yes, I was correct. The next hidden box is in here. I'm just gonna say this. If you want the best reward, don't touch anything. My research led me to many different people saying many different outcomes, but just don't touch this button and don't touch the chests downstairs until we're done with the next area. Gonna hop up here and, okay, not here, maybe on the bed. Yep, on the bed. Another frog coin. What's taking Daddy so long? Do you think he's still looking for the treasure? Yeah, so just to spoil ahead just a little bit, these boxes and that button upstairs have something to do with getting a treasure and your honesty in collecting said treasure. Like I said, it'll all be explained most likely in the next episode or two. But this guy must be Daddy. There's a stairway that leads to my house, but my son's been playing with the controls again. Mario, only you could jump up there. Please help me get back up to my house. We'll do that later, my friend. Okay, so I think, almost got skewered there. I think that's all that there is to do in Rosetown with the exception of plot, which we're going to do next time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and as always, I will see you all next time.